Thank you, Madam Chair. Welcome, Senator Loeffler. It's great to see you here today, and congrats once again on this nomination. It's good to see your husband, Jeff, a Hoosier, fellow Midwesterner, behind you as well. When my father heard not only that I was elected to the United States Senate, but that I was going to sit on the Small Business Committee in the U.S. Senate, I can't tell you how excited he was. He perhaps perceived this to be known as the most powerful committee in the U.S. Senate. It's not always known for that, but it was the most important committee to my dad because when my dad was getting started in the business, he relied on SBA support, loans in particular, to help him grow his business. And for him, this was the most important committee. And there's a certain wisdom to that as you travel around, as we travel around our various states. We see that most jobs these days are actually created, not by large enterprises, because those come and those go. They're great for ribbon cutting sometimes, but it's usually the smaller enterprises. And to the extent we can optimize our policies so that more people will start these small businesses and they grow into larger businesses, that's kind of the key to economic development. So really important post you're going to be occupying here. If confirmed, how are you going to work to keep our small businesses competitive today and resilient tomorrow? Kind of an open-ended question.
Thank you, Senator, and I agree with your dad. I think I couldn't be more humbled by this awesome responsibility for small businesses that power our local communities, that do create 2 out of every 3 new jobs in America. That's incredibly powerful. So, I think there's a number of things we can do to make small business more competitive. First of all, respecting that small business is about free enterprise and it's not about the government. So we have to look at ourselves and say, what are we doing within this agency to make it harder for small businesses to access capital, to access perhaps government contracting or counseling? Are we there for them? A big part of that is getting everyone back in the office, off the golf course, into the office, being aligned with our small businesses where they are on Main Street and not K Street. So my focus is certainly going to be on the field activity, making sure everyone in the agency is accountable, and making sure the programs actually work for small business. We'll be doing a deep dive.
I think directionally you're absolutely on the right course, and that's the most important thing at this point. Do you have specific ideas about how SBA might be modernized and improved under your leadership?
Well, certainly I don't want to get ahead of myself. If I have the honor of being confirmed, I would look at a broad range of efficiency, both cost and technological efficiencies that could be gained. I'll be looking at organizational design. I'll be looking at skill sets and training that might be needed to deliver our services to increase our response times to small businesses. And we'll be metrics driven. We'll have goals and we'll be reporting that out to this committee.
Well, I think there are members of this committee, count me in, who want to help you and the rest of the administration be successful as it relates to small businesses and the Small Business Administration. One of the things that you might consider doing is prioritizing an incentive for new businesses and small businesses to adopt the latest technologies. I just had a great exchange with Howard Lutnick, Secretary of Commerce nominee, and we emphasized the importance of digital trade, which he strongly supports, unlike, unfortunately, the previous administration, but I think that's encouraging. But related to the Small Business Administration, I found that many Hoosier small businesses rely on digital tools, but the law doesn't clearly state if these costs qualify within the 7A loan program. So if someone wants to buy an AI technology, for example, it's unclear if the law will include that. So I've introduced legislation along with Senators Rosen and Budd and Shaheen, the Small Business Technological Advancement Act, that would clarify and promote the purchase of digital tools with small businesses. If confirmed, would you be willing to work with me on this topic?
Senator Young, absolutely, if confirmed, I would be. AI is at the forefront of both as President Trump said, a wake-up call to American innovation, but potentially as tools for automating small businesses, making them more efficient, and whether it's things like co-pilots or agents, I would support looking at that as a solution.
Well, thank you, and I will be submitting a question for the record on another important topic I know to you and our small businesses about how you intend to address bolstering SBA's cybersecurity infrastructure. Thanks so much.
Very good. Thank you, Senator Young.